good evening, and welcome to Dice Friends here on Dungeons and Dragons, the channel.
The experience.
The channel.
Dungeons
As
and
opposed
Dragons.
to the bed sheets.
Dungeons and Dragons, the game, the channel.
The bed sheets.
The bed sheets. The movie.
The interactive lunchbox experience.
Everyone crack your thermos.
You interacted by just opening the lunchbox.
But then the salami sandwich says, "I'm a Burlepian."
Roll for initiative on lunch.
Yeah, the non-interactive lunchboxes aren't great
Wait, if you
because
roll
it's just a
poorly
box
on-
that's sealed.
If you roll poorly on lunch initiative, do you not get to eat?
No, you have to wait until it goes into your own mouth. You have to wait for the sandwich to jump into your mouth.
Hey, thanks for being here this evening. Niles just realized that one of the dice had the word massage on it. Yeah, those are prop,
Lover's dice.
lovey time dice that we bought for a crap
Lovely
shot.
time dice. That's what grown-ups call it.
Yep.
Yep. Ostensibly, they're not intended as ostensibly people do actually use them.
Yeah, but then you get things. You can roll things on those dice specifically. You can roll things like blow toes.
That's exactly the one I was just thinking of. Yeah.
You know what people use those for, Paul?
Hey.
They use them for gifting to people who are getting married or other things, but they don't actually use them. They think it's funny, so they bought them for you.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you can throw them out.
You know what? If you want to blow toes, go ahead.
Yeah,
This blows toes.
We're not kink
We have
shaming
proof.
here.
Anyway.
Yeah.
This is welcome to Dragon's Order Session 6.
Yeah, none of that will come up. If you are not up to speed on the Dragon's Orders adventure, then you should check out the replays over at youtube.com/loadingreadyrun. The VODs, of course, would be on the D&D, on this very channel, the D&D YouTube channel, or D&D Twitch channel, but it's on our YouTube channel every Wednesday, also in podcast form for your ears. Mm-hmm. If that's how you prefer to listen to things.
If you have another way to listen to things, I'd like to hear it.
I mean, wherever your fine
With your ears.
podcasts are delivered.
Yeah, maybe through some sort of bone conductivity.
What about a cochlear implant? That's technically through electronic impulses.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, we have iTunes or RSS.
Or you can do it through like a podcast app on an Android phone. Somebody said, if I roll a 15, do I on perception, do I detect tomato in the sandwich? Not only do you detect tomato in the sandwich, you detect that your mother has used off-brand Miracle Whip, and it will not have that zip.
That URL should work, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I can make up some if you want.
I have no idea what level you have to be to cast Miracle Whip.
Oh, like 9th, I think.
I have Thorn Whip. Is that the same thing?
Absolutely not. One wraps people in thorns. The other is a great addition to any sandwich. Or if you're Graham, a grilled cheese.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny zip of Miracle Whip. Leave me
All
alone.
your mics.
This is how my dad made it when I was younger. Just don't judge
I'm sorry,
me.
I'm here on the wrong night. I'm with Dice Friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is the Let's Talk
10
About
minutes ago.
Miracle Whip show.
Yeah.
Got my bottle of water. Doesn't matter. I'm going
Anyway,
to dry.
if you
It's in the fridge.
by the way, if you are watching this on the Loading Ray Run channel, thank you very much if you choose to subscribe. However, we are not going to be doing the subscriber welcome stuff because
We're
of
not
our
seeing it.
time things. But thank you. You are still awesome.
Indeed. Okie dokie. Why don't we know what a Skundler is yet? We haven't made one. We players and characters do not know what it is. Maybe we'll find
I
out.
know what it is.
No
I
good.
said players and characters.
Nobody knows what it is.
No human alive. All right. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
Well, I don't think any of our player characters are human.
True. You got me. Take it away, Heather.
Hello and welcome to Dice Friends. This is episode 6 of Dragon's Orders. We'll be playing tonight using the 5th edition of the Dungeons & Dragons rules from Wizards of the Coast. Let's do some character introductions. Kathleen?
Hi, I'm Kathleen, and I'm playing Mora. I'm now a 5th level rogue and a 1st level Gigglemancer.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have any new cool capabilities?
I do actually. I have uncanny dodge. So once per round, I can have damage from a source I can see, and that's one attack. So somebody's like swinging at me with like a fist and then another fist. I can like uncanny dodge the first fist, but not the second fist, and I have to be able to see the opponent. So like it's like a
First
ghost
one's
or
uncanny,
something.
the second one's...
The second one's
No.
quite predictable. Also, sneak attack now does 3d6 damage
So
instead
sneaky.
of 2d6. So I apparently sneak up on you and remove both kidneys.
Jesus.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Sneak attack is very
You
strong.
thought you were in the middle of a D&D, like D&D initiative, and then you just wake up in a bath of ice.
Yeah.
My name is Paul, and I am playing Dande, the level 5 Tabaxi monk. And yes, I enjoy long walks on the beach while writing in my journal about the long walk on the beach that we just had, and drawing pictures of interesting looking shells that I saw recently.
I'm Beej. I'll be playing Bonton, who's an albino hill dwarf native to the lands of Chult. As you can see, I got a little ridiculous with my multi-classing. Wasn't my doing. It's just something that came up.
That was
It just
somebody's
happened.
fault.
Multi-classes happen.
If you have a problem with my multi-classing, I advise you to put it in chat, because I'm able to see what all of you are writing. Not anymore.
Oh, where'd they go? Well, I am Snack. Well, I'm Graham, and I am also Snack, a level 5 Batiri fighter. And I have a few less HP than last time because I was doing it wrong. That's about it. Batiri means goblin. I'm a goblin. What's up?
You'll always be a Batiri to me.
I look like this now. Yeah,
You're a very dapper gobbo.
I think so.
So, you guys are in your second bakery, attic, apartment, resting place. I don't think you've done anything horrible to this one yet. In fact,
just
it has
To be
been
fair, we
renovated.
didn't do anything horrible to the first one. That was just a consequence of circumstances that involved us.
We were
That's
there
true.
when it happened.
We didn't even lure them there. Coral led them there.
Yeah, and we didn't. We were, in fact, said several times, "Do not explode this," and they staunchly refused to listen to us.
Huh.
Imagine that.
If only we had said, no, seriously, blow this up, it's part of our master plan. They probably wouldn't have.
Oh,
They might have bought that.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology.
Just realized, I'm
Next
like,
time-
right, good people are stupid.
next time we fight the righteous principals, we should try that, Bonton.
So you guys are hanging out. You've had time for a short rest since the last session because you had some magic items you hadn't had time to figure out what they did. So now you've had time to figure out what they do.
Oh, cool.
And meanwhile, there's some baking happening downstairs. Friendly and Burlap are hanging out, visiting. I mean, if you want either of them around, just call them and they'll come upstairs. But I don't know why you would. So they're hanging out, visiting, and you hear the door jingle
Yeah.
as someone walks in.
It's been a
And-
very eventful day.
Yes. I've noticed that where you guys go, there are often eventful days.
Yeah.
Weird how that is. The plight of the PCs.
I feel like this is maybe why Mora. I feel like Mora thinking wearily as the door jingles and she's like, "Ah, God, who's that going to be?" Is like, maybe this is why my mom retired to Loudwater because it sucks a lot and nothing happens.
Yep.
Also, Friendly has been given large sums of money to vacate her her shop at least twice today, hasn't she?
We know the one, Chelavar did it.
Yeah.
I said, I need your place for an hour.
Yeah, didn't somebody else do it too?
No, we paid people money to get out of the ghost bakery. Remember?
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't think we paid anybody. I think we just
Yeah,
kicked
we
them
just
out.
shoved them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
All right.
I think those were just skill checks.
And some grand exoduses from
Tempting
bakeries.
Tarts didn't have a lot of stock anyway.
Yeah, nobody was like, no.
You mean I can't shop here today? Oh, no.
Yeah.
So the Flower Tower is the only bakery currently operating in Baker's Alley. So there's been quite a lot of business. You hear burlap downstairs.
Burlap
Burlap the
the
Burlapian.
Is he just like helping out?
Oh, like Ghost
Yeah.
Gozerian.
Great.
Like you're paying him to hang around and do what you ask him to do, and you're not asking him to do anything right now, but he likes friendly.
Well, she's very friendly.
Yeah, it's truth in advertising. But you hear him talking, and he's like, you can't just go up and talk to maybe I should go check for... No, wait! Hang on! No! And someone's walking up the stairs.
Oh.
Anyone gonna ready an action? We can cut their head off when they come in the door?
I'm gonna be like, oh my god, what? When somebody comes inside, because Morris had a big day.
I'm going to stand behind the door.
I'm gonna be holding Kevin, being like, oh, I'm
Stand.
so over this.
Probably stand in a position where I could punch somebody if necessary. Which, to be honest, is almost any position. But
Yeah.
So, as long as it's not me.
You're
So,
punching the DM seems like a great way to
Yeah, that's not,
not
a,
have
not
a
a good
DM
idea.
anymore.
so she walks up and enters the... It's just sort of one big open second story. Because you got rid of all of Mars' furniture and just kept the one painting.
Right.
So she is a red-scaled dragonborn, and so immediately your mind leaps to, oh, it's Kaverin Sora. But then you realize, no, it's not. This is Kaverin Kava.
Who we last saw in Chult in
Yes.
Partnyanzaru.
Well done.
Wow.
Huh.
I would not have remembered that.
And they're cousins or something?
They are. Well done.
Have a treat.
And
Treats
they're
incoming.
both dragonborn.
Yes. So,
Okay.
she walks in and she says, oh, good. I found you. It's Mora, right?
Yes.
I did not know how common a name that was.
It's very popular, I've heard.
Yes. So, I have come looking for you, all of you, and then she looks around and there are only 3 of you, because the smallest of you is hiding behind the door.
I'll poke my head out.
Hello.
Hi.
You're Bonton, right?
That's Bonton.
This is, okay. Anyway, I come with news. I have some bad news, I'm afraid, but I also have 4 pieces of good news. So, why don't I start with the bad news? I'm afraid that Coral is dead. And I know that you've been trying to talk to him, or possibly trying to talk to him, or at least he was your contact. But the bad news is that Coral has passed away. But that is the only bad news that I have for you. Everything else is good news.
Oh, that is too bad, though. Yes.
How did he die?
I don't know.
That's peculiar.
But I think it's because he works for Maelishaksa and came to Waterdeep. Because everyone who works for Maelishaksa and comes to Waterdeep seems to disappear or have something bad happen to them, which is bad news for me because I work for Maelishaksa now. I have replaced Coral as her messenger. which is the first of my 4 pieces of good news for you.
I'm gonna listen to the other 3 pieces.
How did
of
you
your
get
good
here
news.
from Port
No,
Nyanza?
let's listen to the rest of the good news.
But we gotta have a talk about this in a second.
So there's a teleportation circle that goes from Port Nyanzaru to Waterdeep. Unfortunately, there isn't one that goes in the other direction as far as I know. So I'm going to have to get on a boat or something. That's how I got to Chult in the first place.
Right. Oh, you're not from Chult.
No, I'm from here.
Oh.
Now, when I was there, I was working for my cousin, but she doesn't pay well, and I got a really good offer from Maelishaksa. So I'm working for her now.
Does Kaverin Sora know you're working for Maelishaksa?
Did it go out in the family newsletter?
No. I'm gonna make a move on the Kaverin family business just like she did. Because I think it's a much better fit for Maelishaksa than for Chelavar. So that's my 3rd piece of good news is I'm going to be taking over the Kaverin family enterprises, and presumably that will work in everybody's favor.
I mean,
did we
presumably
miss
not
Yeah, what was
Chelavar.
the second piece of good news?
Oh, did I not tell you the second piece of good news? Maelishaksa is happy with you and has given me presents to give you.
No.
Oh,
That is good news.
and the 4th piece.
I burned down the toxic ember.
All on your own.
Just now? Like when?
Like, yeah. I set it on fire and then came looking for you.
Ah!
Wait, you didn't
We were there like yesterday, right?
you didn't wait to see if it burned down completely or anything, did you? You just like set a fire and then walked away?
I waited until it was a really big fire.
Right, okay.
But people were starting to fight it. But I mean, it's
Waterdeep.
definitely- Right.
So-
They'll put out the fire.
Yes.
Everything's going to be fine. But I've struck a blow against her business interests. I figure I got to move fast because I mean, who knows where Chelavar is? I should tell you who Chelavar is.
Who is Chelavar?
So Chelavar is a dragon who is in opposition to Maelishaksa. They're
another
kind of-
dragon?
Yes. It turns out there's more than one dragon. So he helped my cousin kill my grandfather to take over the Kaverin family.
Ah.
And he's just a huge jerk. I much prefer Maelishaksa, so I'm working for her now.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get as much of the Kaverin family takeover done as I can before he hears about it. Because apparently he has some way of interfering. I don't know what's going on with that. But the more I can get done while he's wherever hell and gone he is, hopefully on some other continent, the easier this will be for me.
Where are we going to take all the desserts that
Oh,
Friendly's
right.
making?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did this fire just start?
So I have some bad news.
Oh,
Chelavar was here earlier today. And by here, I don't just mean Waterdeep. I mean literally downstairs in this building.
could you be wrong?
No.
Very slight chance. This
I don't know. I'm going to go, I'm a little more bullish on it. I'm going to say no. I couldn't be wrong on that.
Wow, that is bad news. I hope you have 4 pieces of good news for me. Because that was the trade I gave you.
What about more bad news?
No, that doesn't sound good at all.
So the,
I mean, we do have some good news.
Oh, good.
The good news is, remember we were talking about the poisons on the Semolo Plateau and stuff like that, and how
Yes.
we had not shut down poison production, but we had sort of suggested a more ethical way of doing it.
Oh, you've toppled the plateau?
What I have
Because
investigated,
I can get you money.
okay, well, what we've actually come up with is a new plan to domesticate Malfanda lizards. Look, feast your eyes upon Kevin, the world's first tame Malfanda lizard. Here, give him a pat.
They're very bitey.
No, it turns out if you feed them nothing but simple carbohydrates, they're just sluggish and cuddly.
But they won't.
They don't produce. The only thing noxious they produce is farts.
So they're not producing poison.
Absolutely 0 poison if you feed them nothing but baked goods.
But the Kaverin family fortunes are based on producing poison.
Well, I mean, you can still make them. Why did you tell me to stop producing poison then?
I told you to stop my rivals from producing poison.
Well, you could still ethically produce poison from Malfandel lizards, but if you wanted to maybe branch out and make the Kaverin family fortunes into, like, maybe pet lizards.
There may be an employment opportunity for you in my new family business.
I'll think about it.
You keep talking about the Yavrin family.
Yes.
Is there more to the Yavrin family than you and your cousin?
No one of consequence.
That's not a no.
Well, I mean, obviously I have other family members, but we're the only two who have sort of business minds.
Does that mean that also, when your grandfather was running things, and then Kaverin Sora used Chelavar's resources to topple your grandfather, does that mean there are other people in the Kaverin family who were not so happy with it, like you're not so happy with it? What I'm asking
is hard.
Is it going to be easy for you to just assume the Kaverin family's businesses on your own? Are there people who are behind you 100%?
Yeah, like maybe like an Auntie Melissa who's like not, keen on the crime, but, thought that Granddad was doing a fine job.
And who will be cool with Maelishaksa being your new patron?
Well, you see, that's the key, is since she's my new patron, that's who I have behind me.
Right, so the rest of your family can go get stuck in a bog as far as Maelishaksa is concerned.
Or they can come work for me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't tell me how to do things. She says, get the resources you need to work for me, and then I'm doing that.
What did she tell you to bring us?
I have new clothes for you.
Oh.
They are in the latest Waterdeep fashion. They're a very nice green. They are tailored. These are formal clothes, and that way Featherweight doesn't have to kill your dungeon master because they're only for fancy occasions, not for everyday wear.
Right, fancy occasions like that big meeting that Kaverin Sora was going to be holding with all of the sort of local crime
Families.
contact.
Oh,
That sounds good.
Where was that going to happen again?
If I recall, it was at the Toxic Ember.
Yes, in like a day or two, I think. Maybe
Yeah.
even tonight. I can't keep the time straight. I've been up way too long.
Huh.
Huh!
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a very appropriate name of the bar now.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the headlines in whatever the Waterdeep newspaper is tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they're like,
That's the Herald.
it's going to be good.
Is
Right,
it?
yeah.
I couldn't find that. Is it the Herald?
It's what I said at the end of Camp Nettleby.
Oh.
It's what Maura says. Oh, I know
Right.
it's only the Loudwater Tribune Picayune or something, but maybe it'll go down to the Waterdeep Herald on the wire.
I know they have daily news sheets in Waterdeep.
Oh.
All right. So, let me bring you your fancy dress outfits. Now that I know where you are.
Did anybody see you set fire to the Toxic Ember?
No, I'm very sneaky.
That's good.
Yeah, I was careful.
Since you're working for Maelishaksa, do you have a way to get a hold of her?
Well, I know where to go in Chult to drop things off that she will read, but I don't have a quick way back there. Do you?
No. Well, maybe that teleportation circle.
Kind of a last resort if we do. It's not really something I'd want to make use of. If you needed a quick out, there would certainly be a way to do it, but because we could use the teleportation circle.
We don't know where that
Boral
goes,
has.
right?
But I can if I use a circle. Oh, I can't cast teleport though. Like,
Yeah,
I-
we don't
I can't
know
cast
where
that.
it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know that Boral didn't have an easy way to get to Maelishaksa.
Right.
Yeah.
So
but
we don't
we
know
do have an
where-
easy way back to Chult because can't I use that same circle to go to Avunihar's circle if I wanted to?
No.
Okay.
No, you would have to make a new circle.
I have to make a
for
new
that.
Right.
circle to do that. Excellent.
But you know that Bevo can cast the teleportation circle spell, and he knows the address to get you to where Maelishaksa hangs out.
Absolutely, he would. Okay.
And then he could cast it again, targeting the thing in the sewer beneath the Baker's Alley, and that would get you home.
Right.
Right. we could just leave this all in the hands of Kaverin Kava, and we could just, say to Maelishaksa, we figured
So
all the
she
stuff.
has left to get your clothes.
Yeah,
Okay.
If we kind of just let this be a thing, because it's like we found some people, and if we report all that back to Maelishaksa, and we're like, hey, that's
We still
done.
haven't finished the things that Maelishaksa asked us to do.
That's true.
Right.
So let's review that.
Yeah, what does Maelishaksa want us to do?
Maelishaksa gave you 2 jobs.
Yes.
Find Boral
Boral.
and find Nazdia. And then
Done.
once you found them, either help them or avenge them or punish them or like she said, do whatever's appropriate.
So
Yeah,
we know
Maelishaksa's not a micromanager.
we know what we need to do to help Boral. Boral's dead. He's a ghost. We need to find him some sort of information about Syl, his brother, which apparently Maelishaksa knows, and we have that thing, we have the cipher from Boral to give to Maelishaksa.
Right.
So we need to talk to her.
Right.
Nazdia, we don't know what to do because we don't fully trust what side she's on.
Yeah.
So we don't know if we're supposed to, if we
Punish
should,
her or
we have not decided if we are going to punish her or help her.
I feel like we're reasonably comfortable that Nazdia is just on her own side.
Yeah.
She'll be on whatever side wins.
Which means that if we work to help Maelishaksa's interests so that we can get out from under the claw of the dragon, that Nazdia will probably help us do that.
And then she'll owe us absolutely big time.
Exactly.
Because we didn't rat her out to Maelishaksa, because we didn't have any reason to, because maybe we just believed her that she was working both sides but was still loyal to Maelishaksa.
And maybe we
small
can-
human
we
or
can-
small non-dragon mind.
Parlay that into getting out completely from working for Maelishaksa.
Yeah. Say, all right, everything's set up.
Both Boral and Nazdia have talked about, oh, this is the thing I have to do to stop working for Maelishaksa.
Right.
Yeah, Maelishaksa seems like the kind of dragon who's like, do this thing for me, and then you are done working for me, and you can re-up if you want. But if we just finish the terms of the contract, then we cannot be working for Maelishaksa.
Which is accomplish these goals.
So-
and if we go, I think, a step further of whatever towards Chelavar, it's kind of like
I don't want to work for Chelavar for the rest of my life and have him, because
I don't want to either. I'm not saying we do that. I'm saying if we do the thing where we put him into sleep or stasis, that's a good thing for Maelishaksa, and then she'd be like, oh, great, I'm definitely not going to ask you guys to stick around. You guys are done doing what you need to do for me.
Yeah.
The problem was that she had one person who was like her minion forever,
Yeah.
and you took him away.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
But I guess we could bring him back.
I mean, he's stuck in the soul box.
yeah.
Now I feel like I'm telling you what to do.
Yeah.
I'm not. I am absolutely not telling
Yeah.
you what to do. I'm trying to make sure you know your options.
Yeah.
You have 2 ways that you know of to get him out of the soul box.
Mm-hmm.
You also know the guy who made the soul box.
Yeah.
You could go to Loudwater, you know where his wife lives, and you could ask, hey, how do we get this guy out? I would say yes to that.
Can we not see my mom and her new husband? Can we possibly accomplish this without seeing the coital relations, marital
I don't
things?
want to watch your mother and new father be
We can-
doing it, Mora. Like, that's
We
Nobody
it's a
here
little
wants
weird.
that.
Yeah, we could meet them without actually watching them have
You've
sex.
never met my mother. My mother
Yes.
is a very,
Passionate?
in so many ways.
I see.
Okay. Well,
If you-
let's put that idea at the bottom of the list.
Just seems like
I mean,
bad
I'm not
manners when you have
possibly
guests
the
to do it
start
in
of
front
a
of
new
them.
and different list.
I'm not saying that she's gonna go out here and be like, watch me and my husband attempt to make a half elf. What I'm saying is that she's a lot. Okay, like in a rare moment of self-awareness. You know how I'm a lot? Now imagine an older me with less crap to give. Do you want to deal with that? Even I don't want to deal with that, and that's my mom. Let's not do that. Let's
right.
not meet my mother.
All right, we'll put that's on the back burner. We're not.
That in the away pile.
We'll meet your
Okay.
mother in season 9.
So in order to talk to Maelishaksa,
Yeah.
our only mode right now is to get Bebo out of the box.
Yeah.
and to get him out of the box, we need to either resurrect, either raise dead or skungle.
Yeah.
Why waste a
'Cause
good raise dead spell on Bevo?
I would agree.
Because it seems like
Hopefully, whatever is a skungler will still be able to do whatever he needs to do in order to actually get us there.
it's possible that Gara, who's Boral's ex-girlfriend, maybe she knows something about Syl. But we know that Maelishaksa does.
And we have stuff to give her anyhow.
Yeah.
Hey, and maybe Maelishaksa knows where the last piece of that cloak is, which is another good reason I can't go home right now.
So the trick is, when we bring Bevo back.
Don't worry, I still have my sword.
Yeah, he's back as
It's the
himself.
same sword.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have to. It's sort of what do we want to do in order to sort of make sure that he does what we want him to do.
I still have my sword.
But if he makes a teleportation circle to nowhere or something,
He told you, he went on and on for quite a while about the first several symbols of the teleportation circle.
that's true.
You could make him go through first since you have a sword.
Yeah, because
So-
no matter what, it's not like it's one person goes through and the thing stops working. It remains active. We could go after.
I don't
it if we
remember what
need
the
to.
duration
I-
is, but
Yeah.
So I'm just he might be a little bit annoyed about the whole us killing him thing.
He might even be annoyed about becoming whatever a skungler is.
That sounds like a Bevo problem.
Or maybe he'll be super happy. Maybe a skungler is really awesome.
in which case,
In which case, we'll be kind of disappointed that we made him a skungler.
I mean, how about this? How about we wait for Kaverin Kava to get back, collect our nice things, tell her to make herself scarce because Chelavar knows where this place is, and hopefully she didn't lead a bunch of Chelavar's people to us. We skungle the heck out of Bevo and then possibly lightly threaten him. Then we go say, hey, Maelishaksa, what's up? Here's some stuff we found. Here's what's going on. Here's what everybody's up to. And we don't rat out Nazdia. Then we come back, and that's where the plan leaves off. But we got these nice clothes
What? I mean, why do we wait for Kaverin Kava?
because she's coming back up in a few minutes.
Oh, were they just outside the clothes?
no, she's having to go back to where she's staying.
Oh, in that case, we don't have to wait for her.
Are we? The one thing with Yavrin Kava, we're just sort of taking her at her word that she's like, yeah, I'm all cool now with
Actually,
I mean,
Maelishaksa.
if she's
I guess it's not that hard to check whether the toxic ember has burned down.
like that's pretty easily verifiable, and if that's a big step to just make us believe her. If,
Your solution is burlap.
yeah.
Need you to go across town and.
well, I feel like we're like,
Yeah, hello?
All right, burlap.
Yeah.
Could you put an ear out, or perhaps even go look for yourself? Has the toxic ember burned to the ground, or is indeed even on fire today at all?
I'll go see what people have heard.
Excellent, thank you.
I feel like you won't need to even go all the way over there.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty obvious if it's
it's
happening.
wasn't the Toxic Ember one of the most popular clubs in town?
It was certainly very, very trending.
So word would have spread.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on fire.
So Kaverin Kava
place
will
is
be
lit.
back in a few minutes with your green clothes.
So she's staying in Chult Town then, I guess.
She,
Near enough. Yeah, it cool.
Swank.
yes.
Is there? We don't know any particular connotation to green.
I mean, it's Maelishaksa's color.
It's Maelishaksa's color.
Oh right. Okay.
I don't see any reason to hide from you the fact she's staying in the Shrieking Gnat. She used to live in North Ward. She's avoiding that. She knows it really well, but people know her. She's a Dragonborn. She sticks out. She's staying in Chult Town because no one really sticks out in Chult Town.
Right.
That's fair. I don't think we have anything else we need to determine. I think the first course of action is when we get our clothes and she leaves, then it's like, let's dig out the box and skungle.
Yep.
What a great verb.
I know, right?
Get our skundle on.
All right. So, she comes, she drops off your new fancy formal outfits.
Do they fit?
They fit as well as you would expect a skilled tailor to make them based on descriptions.
Okay.
And they also have a few places where clearly someone is like, I just don't know the dimensions here, but anyone could
Adjust.
tuck that in.
Neat. Cool.
swank.
Cool. Can I wear mine, do some appraisals, make some rough notes, and then hand it to Burlap and say, hey, can you get this altered for me?
Okay, so
You have
When
to
he
wait for him
comes
to get
back?
back. yeah.
Burlap comes back and is like, yeah, there was a big fire in the toxic ember.
Oh, well, it sucks to be them, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it how much damage was there?
They could probably rebuild, but not anytime soon. Lots of damage.
Wow.
All right.
Do you have any other comments or questions for?
I mean, I guess
Actually, I'm curious. I mean, I don't. Maybe this isn't something that we actually ask Kaverin Kava directly, but like, if you're, no, you know what? I will. Hey, quick thought.
Yeah.
Just crossed my mind. If your plan is to take over the Kaverin family and its various businesses, why did you just burn one of them down?
Because that's where my cousin's base is, and it's not really on brand for us anyway. It's just her branching out. I don't actually understand what people have been telling me about the club, but apparently it's been in decline for the last couple days, and they think this is going to be an ongoing trend. I know that she sold Grandpa's old poison factory and has built a brand new one that's supposed to be bigger and better. That's what I want.
Okay.
I'm interested in that.
Right. You just figured that a in decline comedy club isn't necessarily something you want in your business portfolio, but maybe an insurance payout is.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but we need to talk about getting you on the payroll.
Oh my god. Oh, actually, I have one more question.
Yeah.
I guess. Kaverin Kava, before Yavrin Sora had you guys working for Chelavar, were you working for any other dragons at all? Or was Chelavar the first time you took a patron like that?
So, I mean, Grandpa liked to think that he was very dragon-like.
I'm not.
But you know, so if his spirit is listening to me while I say no, apologies to Grandpa, because he was kind of cool, even though he was into all the devils and stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, I am going to be hopping on a ship in a few days, so get me your messages for Maelishaksa. She's particularly interested in the status of your searches. Jinsen, when she went missing, had something that Maelishaksa wants.
You meant to say Nazdia there, I'm guessing. Because
I meant to say Nazdia there.
Just want to be.
Thank you,
Sure.
Beej.
Yeah.
Dale meant to say Nazdia.
That was a DM mistake.
Cool.
Oh, sorry.
Do you know anything about a man named Syl?
A man, I don't, but I can ask about it.
That would be great. Thank you.
Okay.
I actually don't want to roll over that piece of information. The previous one. What did Nazdia? Sorry, Nazdia had something that Maelishaksa wanted.
Yeah. So, remember I told you about Chelavar? Oh, wait, and you know Chelavar or something?
We talked to him briefly. He was really.
Yes, I'm sorry I was so sarcastic there.
All right. So, Maelishaksa was working on a thing to hurt him, and put him away for a while.
Yeah.
And Nazdia had a component of that.
Right.
So even if something has happened to Nazdia, if you could find the thing, that would be very pleasing to Maelishaksa.
We knew that. Did we know what it was?
Yes.
It's in two parts.
So we should review that.
Yes, please.
All right. So there's a thing that can basically use a
Put a dragon into
conduit.
suspended animation.
Right.
Yeah.
In order to pull it off, you need to have a ton of stuff, most of which has already been done. They just couldn't do it in time before Chelavar attacked where Nazdia was.
Right.
So Nazdia has the chunk that has to be paired with the completed unit and then taken to the positive energy plane.
Right. Yes.
She also has a thing that'll send someone who has positive energy in them to the positive energy plane, but she doesn't have a way to get that person back. The things that Maelishaksa is still missing. She's been working on it in the intervening couple years, but she needs a scale from Chelavar, and she needs a drop of blood that someone Chelavar trusts gives willingly.
Okay. Do we know? We don't know whether this is something that Maelishaksa would have to do herself.
Like Maelishaksa doesn't have to cast or whatever with the device. We don't have to
So
give the device
there is
to
a whole
Maelishaksa.
bunch of stuff she has to do, but she's done it.
I see.
Nazdia was going to use this device if she could figure out how to pull it off.
Okay, and we also, last time we were talking about this, a drop of blood given willingly by somebody Chelavar trusts. Nazdia has already tried that. It didn't work.
Right, because he apparently does not trust Nazdia yet.
And a scale. So
A scale from Chelavar, yes.
right. So, but I'm just thinking, like, if we need to get a scale from Chelavar, is it like, do we have to get the scale to bring to Maelishaksa? Like, do we need to get the scale before we go to visit Maelishaksa, or can we go to Maelishaksa, get whatever the thing is, bring it back, and do the scale thing ourselves? I guess
So,
we don't know. at
You
this
knew
point.
that Nazdia could have finished it herself if she had the remaining components. Maelishaksa didn't have to be there.
Okay.
Cool.
And so if, I guess maybe you've reviewed some of this now with Kaverin Kava, because she knew some of that.
Okay.
So, what would she say? Oh, okay. So the plan then is just figuring out some way to get all that. I don't know about the blood thing. The positive energy plane is kind of brutal. Maelishaksa has a thing that'll let constructs survive there for a little while. I don't know if your Modron would want that or if that is of any use to you, but you could ask her for that if that would be helpful. I don't know if this is a plan that you're planning on working on.
One, what's a Modron?
It's like an automaton type thing from generally they're found on a different plane,
Oh.
correct? There's like
Yes.
a whole plane that's made up of like these Modrons.
Is that what burlap is?
Oh yeah.
Probably.
So they're kind of crates that have really, really skinny arms and legs and little tiny fluttering wings at the back.
What is that?
It's a Dragon magazine. They used to publish that.
From 2007.
Oh.
Yeah.
100% official content.
We used to joke about Modrons
now-
when I lived in Edmonton. I'd never actually seen one before, so it's good.
Now we know what burlap is. Cool.
Neat.
He has wings.
Wait, hang on a second.
How do you know how does she know that burlap's a Modron?
Well, it's obvious. What else would he be? He's got those little. You can see the little fluttering at the back.
So you're a lot more worldly than the rest of us. I mean, I'm just native to the lands of Chult. I'd never seen one of these before, so.
Oh,
To be fair, yeah, if I know what a Modron was, it would be pretty obvious that's what burlap was. There aren't that many cube-shaped. Cool.
all right.
Okay,
Well,
yeah, that's fine. Okay,
I'm
Never
gonna
mind.
go lay low.
Puts a caption under the various pictures of burlap he has in his journal.
All right. You're gonna go lay low.
Yeah. Maybe come up with some more
We
schemes.
have to design to devise a way forward. So what was brought up is that we got to get a scale, we got to get a drop of blood, and then we got to get this thing to the plane of positive energy. You have certainly tasted some positive energy, Dante. You have your golden claw.
Oh. Is that what that is?
Yes. So, but we couldn't send burlap to the plane instead, I don't think, right?
Because he hasn't tasted any positive energy, and that's what the machine that sends things does.
Yeah.
It's got to have the taste already in it.
Yeah, and it would be probably hard to convince him to, because I'm like, if the plane of positive energy kills anything that's living, if a Mondron is not technically living, even if it is sentient, could we send it there and get him back?
Well, they said that she said that Maelishaksa has something special for constructs to make that so that they don't die immediately. We still don't have a way to get them back though.
We have a lot of money, and in Waterdeep they have a lot of places where you can buy scrolls, I bet, and we can probably find a teleport between plate and scroll. And I don't know if I can cast it or not.
You probably can't.
Probably can.
That's a meta game.
All right.
Thing.
Has Kaverin Kava left yet?
I don't have a strong opinion on that. Do you want to have a private conversation, or do you want to talk to her?
I want to talk to her.
Okay.
I just want to hey, as an aside, do you think Chelavar trusts you?
No, he doesn't like Dragonborn with chromatic ancestry.
Gotcha.
Doesn't
Which-
trust Kaverin Sora either. Then.
Is
No, but you know who I bet he does trust is a very sweet and very dumb bard that is helping his paladin former friend because he's in the righteous principles.
Awful.
Joffo.
God.
He absolutely trusts Joffo. I trust Joffo, and I just met him.
Yeah.
He's not smart enough to double cross you.
It's true.
We don't know, but that's a good chance.
All right. We have options.
Of all the people we could ask to give us blood,
Or Mar. I mean,
Mar's kind of out of his mind, which
Yeah.
would be easy enough to say.
why
can you?
wouldn't you? Why would you distrust Mar?
Unless Mar's the way that he is right now because Chelavar was not satisfied with something he did.
yeah.
Yeah, but then you trust him now because you know what you did with Brain.
That's a good point, actually. Holy crap!
We don't really trust Mar, but
Yeah, but
you have options.
yeah, trust.
True.
Well,
Mar
yeah.
has been nothing but honest with us. He said, "I'm going to try to kill you multiple times," and that's exactly what he did. And you know what? He's a man of his word.
He certainly did try.
Yeah.
all right. So I guess Yavrin
more
Kava
worried about
can
the
go.
scale.
Can
Okay,
Yeah.
off she goes.
And so we should
Skungle.
get a Skungulin.
Let's get a Skungling.
Let's skungle Bebo and go see Maelishaksa because we got some
Gone.
stuff to report back.
We got a sign that says "Gone Skungulin."
All right. Box.
I'm gonna be like, "Hey, friendly.
Yeah.
I know it's been a very busy day, but if anybody else comes and asks to see us, can you say we're not here? We all need to have rest.
I'll send them away.
Thank you.
Would you like some tarts?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Kevin, do you want a tart? Blech. 5 tarts.
She brings up a tray of 6.
Oh, it's so good.
All right.
Bless you, friendly. I can literally do that. It's one of the spells I have.
You're slots. All right.
All right. So I guess what's involved in this whole Skungling
This
process?
spell scroll is written in a completely unfamiliar mystic script, but a spellcaster can still read it. Using this scroll on a dead body, or the box, transforms that body into an undead skungler. This scroll belonged to the second stranger, remember that? So I can
Do we
just
need?
cast
There's no
this.
material component.
That's correct. Or if there is, it's already been incorporated into the scroll.
Cool.
So you're Skungling Bebo?
We're gonna skungle Bebo.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Preparing to
Oh, don't think I'm not.
I'm gonna hold Kevin backwards, so if Bebo gets frisky, I can give him a squeeze and maybe hit some lizard fart will defer his advances.
all right.
You have a knife.
And a Steve bag.
Yeah.
All right. So the good news for most people being skungled is that your strength and your constitution go up a lot.
Bet.
The bad news that isn't really bad for most people is that your charisma goes down, but Bebo is a warlock.
Oh no!
So that's bad
They
for
check
him.
on charisma.
Ah,
his already sky-high charisma.
I see.
All right. Well,
So he comes back as an undead, his body forming in front of you. On
Gross.
his yes,
because when you raise dead, they're alive, whereas the Skungler is not actually technically alive. Eh?
correct. This is an undead.
Okay.
Normally you would need an intact body to do this, but you've got the soul box, which works around that. So in addition to all of the things that you'd expect to see on a newly formed human body, right in the middle of his torso, there's a little pod forming. It's his skungling pod, but it's still empty right now.
I see. Okay.
It's for when he goes to Skungling.
That's right.
Like, when you say pod, do you mean like
Like an empty vessel?
a Tide pod filled with like some sort of ichor, bodily fluids?
Cleansing powder?
Not literally.
So, more,
We needed 3.
so I would say that is the closest because it's full of spores.
Oh, okay. Neat.
And when you skungle someone, you can inject your spores into. This is how skunglers make more skunglers.
Okay. Wow. This is going to be a problem. He's not harmless.
And he's sort of reforming and waking up, and he's like, "Oh, I thought for sure I was going to lose that fight." And he kind of looks around. He's like, "Oh,
We got bad news and good news.
Welcome back to the land of the unliving, Bebo. Have a tart.
Oh yeah, we have an extra tart.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So does this mean you've decided to accept my offer of employment?"
No, you're working for us now.
There's a problem with that.
Oh, do tell.
I already have a boss.
No. We have your boss.
Oh, no. I know what you're thinking, but she's actually crazy. So, don't work for her.
Not Malga, Maelishaksa.
Wait, you know about Maelishaksa?
Yes.
Because Malga's crazy.
Yes, we're aware.
Let's catch you up on what's going on a little bit, Bebo. You were in a box. You've been dead for a while, months in fact, and we've brought you back to undead life.
I'm not wearing any clothes.
No, you're not. It's a little disgusting.
Also, you have a tart.
But given exactly what we saw happen to your body as it reformed, we're not really grossed out by your nudeness.
Well, thank you. Have a nice day.
No, why don't you stay a little longer?
Absolutely not.
I've had a very trying day, Bebo, and it's like 2 p.m. So here's what we're gonna do.
Have a tart.
I'm gonna turn Kevin around and Kevin's gonna eat the tart.
Okay.
Good boy.
Maybe it wasn't poison.
How much do you remember about the last time we
Encountered?
I remember that you came to the place where I was just doing my harmless gardening, and while I was doing my harmless gardening, you attacked my helpers, and then you attacked me, and there was a big fight, and then it gets complicated.
Oh?
Because I think what must have happened is I must have gone into a berserker rage. Because I can't remember anything. And I've heard that when you go into a berserker rage, you can't remember stuff afterward.
You are very close, except replace Berserker Rage with being killed with extreme prejudice for you being a real big jerk to all of us.
There was rage, though.
Yeah. All of us were really angry. So here's what we're gonna do now, though, Bebo. Now you are gonna teleport us to Maelishaksa because we have some stuff to tell her and give to her.
Or
Or
and
we kill you. Or we kill you again.
Or we go clothing shopping.
Does anyone have any spare pants?
Because I don't know where this place is, but I'm guessing we're in Port Nyanzaru. Because this is like a big building and I don't see any dinosaurs outside.
All right. How about 1 second?
Go downstairs, get him a flour sack, cut some holes in it. He'll be
Absolutely.
fine.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Bebo the Burlapian.
Yeah.
Just not saying we have to do it right now.
Yeah.
Just for future reference, he is undead. Can you control him?
Not only can I turn undead, as a level 5 dwarven cleric native to the lands of Chult, I can destroy undead.
Also, Avunihar renewed your necromancer tattoo.
Oh, yes, that's
which
right.
you can expend to try to take control of an undead.
Aha.
Okay.
It's kind of a last resort thing, but yeah, we have our options.
Well, so don't try anything.
Wouldn't the destruction be the last resort?
I don't know if I want to blow the tattoo this early.
Fair enough.
I mean, you know where his wife lives. You can just go get it renewed again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got all these new notes about how to play her.
Yeah, we've had a lot of background story today.
Certainly set up a lot about that character, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, I'm really thirsty.
That sounds like a Bebo problem.
How much do undead need to drink?
What kind of undead are you asking about?
Skunglers. I
Skunglers
guess.
mostly.
Well, how would you know that?
Yeah.
I that's what I'm.
All right, I'm gonna go
Do you
downstairs.
know how much do you know about skunglers?
I know absolutely nothing about skunglers.
Really?
Can
Yes, never came up in the book learning.
Can you guys take over the sort of menacing and threatening for a second? I'm gonna go get a flour sack and a glass of water.
All right.
All right. Tup, 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 tup. Here's something to cover your shame. Here's a glass of water. Start the summoning circle to Maelishaksa, or the teleport circle to Maelishaksa.
I'm
Come on.
gonna be threatening Bebo until further notice.
All right.
Excuse me a moment.
So he, I guess, ties the sack around his waist. He tries to take a sip of water, but he can't really swallow it. He's like, there's something off about that. And he starts making the teleportation circle.
Okay.
Excellent.
Is this? Do we know how long? Like, is this like an hour-long thing or something? Or
It's going to take him a while.
Okay.
An hour is not an unreasonable guess. He's going to need some materials which you can provide for him.
Okay. And
I have a question.
Go ahead, Bebo.
Can I bite you?
Absolutely not.
no.
No, not you. I knew that you would say no. Because I listened to the other stuff you were saying, and I figured that out. I was asking him, can I please bite you?
No.
I'm really thirsty.
I
No.
think a skunkler's
Okay.
like a vampire.
Kind of feeling this way, yeah. He needs to bite one of us.
No, he doesn't need to bite any of us.
No, but he needs to bite one of us. That's what his urge, right? So, but he didn't want to bite you because he knows you're just going to say no. He asked me, not Dande. Does he need to bite something that has magical power, like as a spellcaster?
Oh, I was just thinking I didn't want all the hair in my mouth.
Oh, I see.
What about the lizard?
Absolutely
Can I bite
not.
the lizard?
You may not bite Kevin. Kevin is a beautiful, tame animal. He's my scaly companion who's fun to be with.
He looks very sick.
He's just fat.
Bebo, do you have a craving for blood?
Yes.
Oh,
Can I have some?
I don't have any blood to give.
Oh.
Is this one of those things like where you have to like eat brains or blood or whatever in order to not become weird? Like,
I wouldn't want to become weird.
Nobody would want you to become weird, Bebo.
but like
I wonder if it's like to maintain his state.
His sanity or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know. I feel like, actually, we're in a bakery. You know what bakeries have?
Blood?
Rats.
Yes. Thank goodness.
Oh.
Who's gonna go hunt rats? Let's send the tabaxi. That'll be on character and hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
all right, I'll go get a rat. I think, or I think Dundee is like halfway through the process. He's like, "Hey!"
Oh my god. Oh goodness.
So, what are you guys wearing your green outfits?
No. Not,
Okay.
Not to.
No.
Those
These
are
are
party outfits. They're
Okay.
formal.
Yeah.
All right.
Besides, Morris is out being tailored.
Yeah. It didn't have a tail hole.
I guess they didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Not what tailored means.
If we're I guess if we were going to meet Maelishaksa, wearing the outfits of her color might help in terms of. I guess she knows,
who we are.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
But in terms of showing like complete, like, well, then again, meeting her in Chult, wherever she is, like, you're going to get these nice outfits dirty. I don't know. All right.
I
No,
feel.
we're not going to Chult.
Oh, where does Maelishaksa live?
I don't know. Some sea island, small place. I don't know where it is. I just know how to get there by teleportation circle.
Excellent.
Can I, from looking at the teleportation circle, can I tell that he's doing the right one? Like it's
It's
the little
the one
bits I
he
know.
described.
Okay.
There's more to it than he described.
Obviously.
And now you're like, oh, so the same curve as an apple that's like this.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While Snack and I are threatening, maybe you should be taking notes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You can memorize this.
I would like to memorize it.
You do.
You can't cast teleportation, but hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm building a library.
All right, I guess Dundee comes. I think can Dundee just come back with some rats?
I trust you, Paul. Tell me what happens.
Hey, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I think Dundee gets like halfway through the process of like gets kind of into it. He's like, oh yeah, like I hadn't really had a chance to like really work out too much lately, you know. It's fighting like ghosts and crap, and it's
Bring
like,
back 10
it's
rats.
like, "Grr, da, 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 ga, ha, 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 rats, ha, ha." And then like halfway through, just like, hey, wait a minute, they just sent me to. I'm not a cat.
I bet Friendly's happy about it.
Do you taste test any of the rats?
Probably. I mean, rat is probably like pretty high on the list when you're in Chult in terms of like random food you can find as you're traveling around.
Oh, yes.
So
It's good though. If you bring back 10 rats to the NPC, maybe you'll go up a level.
And here's the thing. Also, like we're in like the not rich part of Waterdeep. There's a non-zero amount of rat in all the meat we've already eaten. So like,
Why do you think we've been having so many baked goods?
so yes, I will bring back a couple of big fat rats.
All right. Well, Bevo, partially to his astonishment, will be very, very happy about drinking the blood of these rats. He does leave the meat behind after he's drained the blood.
I don't think I want to drink. I don't want to eat that.
As you wish. And his skungling pod grows a little.
Okay. We know now. That's
okay.
good. We have observed what happens.
So it's just like on his chest.
It's like an enormous polyp.
Oh, it's not like
Gross.
set into his body. It's kind of on his body.
It's gonna like explode at some point.
Sure.
And cover everything with skungle
Spores.
Well, hopefully
I'm glad he's wearing a sack.
we're not around when that
We
happens.
saw it inflate under the sack, which is a little disturbing.
The sack's tied around his waist.
Oh, that's right. His chest is exposed. That's right.
It's like a really bad like B-movie sci-fi effect.
Yeah, someone's just breathing into the paper bag.
yeah. Oh, dude.
Okay, so
Nothing bad will come of this.
the circle is approaching completion. If there's stuff you want to take, this would be a good time to figure out what it is.
All right. So we have the letter from
the coded letter.
the coded letter. We got to take that. I don't know what else do we need to take.
I think that's
did
the
we
only
have?
actual physical object we want to take.
Yeah, and then we just hoping to get some more guidance.
So
Hopefully Maelishaksa doesn't eat us.
the points are.
Hopefully
we,
she eats Bevo.
we want to tell her. So I guess we tell her that we know about this whole like she didn't tell us about the whole Chelavar thing
Yeah.
or the like magic destroy or messing with Chelavar thing.
Yeah.
So I guess we tell her we know about all that
Because we've found
because
Nazdia.
did we tell her that we found?
I think we say
Nazdia.
we found Nazdia. She's working undercover. We don't necessarily. Here's my plan. Here's my plan on that. We don't necessarily tell her that she's playing both sides. We just like pretend like Nazdia is undercover in Chelavar's operation and knows where Chelavar sleeps, so we can get the scale, and has told us about the part of the machine that she has.
Yeah.
And then Nazdia / Jinsen will owe us absolutely huge for not ratting her out to Maelishaksa if she lives through this.
And we also can tell her what happened to other guy.
Yeah, we can say.
Boral. As far as Boral goes, well, we should let her in on what happened to Coral as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
As far as Boral goes, it's just basically we have this coded letter, and can you give us the information that Boral wanted for it, because he's a ghost now. And
Yeah.
we'd like him to be laid to rest because he's bothering a lot of people. And then if she's like, fine, be like, great, here's the code.
Yeah, because
think
we
that's
can't
kind
get,
of how
we
that
can't
goes
get
down.
anything out of the coded thing, right?
Yeah.
Why would we?
Just to begin, like, I want to negotiate with the thing, be like, here's the
We
thing.
can't negotiate
We
with
can
Maelishaksa.
negotiate.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
She'll look upon
But
that
she'd be
very
amenable
poorly.
once we start getting through. It's like,
But
we've done all
apparently
these things.
Maelishaksa knew, according to Boral, Maelishaksa knew about Syl. So there you go.
She had already set investigations in motion and
Yeah.
expected to have the answer within a few months.
Oh, so she may or may not have information, but
Well, that
probably
was
will.
2 years ago. She
Right.
had information.
All right. Well, cool.
Yeah.
If we assume the circle's ready, then we can all
The
step through.
circle is ready whenever you like. And Bebo's like, okay,
Is there
have fun.
nothing else that we? No,
No, you're
Bevo,
coming
you're
with
coming
us.
with us.
Oh,
Do we just leave? We be like, hey, Maelishaksa, also good news, Bebo's sort of back. Here, you can keep him.
Well, no, we need him to cast the circle back home.
Well, presumably there's a circle there
Yeah.
to get away from there.
Well, if not, you know the address for Boral's
I sure do.
hole.
Excellent.
Boral hole?
The Boral hole.
But even if Bebo does make the circle to get back home,
So you have the address for the Boral hole,
I absolutely do.
and there's nothing else we need to take. Has everybody been to the bathroom? Has everybody eaten? I'm gonna take Kevin for a walk around the block before we go.
are you taking Kevin?
Actually, maybe we shouldn't take Kevin.
I don't know.
Oh no, but he whines when I leave him behind. So yes, we'll be
True.
taking Kevin.
He'll be here.
I'll go
he'll-
empty the lizard, and then we can go.
Maybe that's why he was whining.
all right.
Gotta go drain the lizard, sorry. Literally, I have a lizard that needs to be drained.
Bebo first. Form a line. We all go through.
All right.
I'll bring up the rear.
So the six of you, including Bebo and Kevin, go through this teleportation circle.
Yeah.
Your ears pop. It is hot. It is humid.
But it's not killing us. It's,
Right.
It's just uncomfortable.
It's tropical. I would think for most of you this would be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I think that Waterdeep has been feeling cold and clammy for those of you
From Chult.
native to the lands of Chult.
So, from a weather standpoint, this is kind of similar to Chult. Eh?
Yes, it's certainly more similar to Chult than to Waterdeep.
All right.
Oddly, I do not remove my robe.
I think we'll all just sweat a bit in our
Yeah.
Waterdeep clothes.
All right.
Good thing we didn't bring evening wear to this.
Imagine.
So you can hear seagulls outside. You can smell the ocean. You're in, I want to say cave, except it's all clearly artificial. And it's also made for medium-sized people. A dragon could be in here, but this is obviously not where Maelishaksa lives. This is more of a reception area. And Bebo's looking a little nervous.
What's wrong?
Oh, you said that I haven't seen her in a few months. I'm supposed to report in occasionally, and I haven't.
Well, she knows you've been dead.
Does she? Did you tell her?
No, she pretty much saw you die.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, that's how we got here.
Yeah. In fact, Bebo, if it wasn't for you, we all wouldn't be working together like this now.
See, if you had just listened to me in the first place, we all could have been working together all along.
Bebo, you tried to frame Donde.
No, that was the Poison Master.
Oh. Well, you didn't say anything about it, so that was still wrong. Naughty Bebo.
Oh.
He did other stuff that I can't remember.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go let her know we're here.
We'll come with you.
Are you sure that's a good idea? Maybe I should just go in by myself.
Oh, I don't think I want to let you out of my sight, Bebo.
We all work for Maelishaksa after all. She'll be expecting all of us.
It's my new undead body, right?
We wouldn't want her to feel uncomfortable in front of you.
Oh, all right.
Does he look approximately the way he did before, except for that whole
Pustule thing.
scuttling pouch?
Yeah, he.
But
I mean,
gnarlier.
yeah, he doesn't have a lot of native fluids. So he's probably going to dry up, but he had an intact body created by the magic of the soul box. So over time, he will look more and more undead. But right now, he more or less looks the healthiest you've ever seen him, probably.
Oh. Okay, I was imagining like Beetlejuice in my head, so maybe I'll revise that a little bit.
I mean, Bevo had quite dark skin to start with, so even as he zombifies, as it were, it will still not ever look like Beetlejuice.
Oh. My headcanon, rip.
After all, he's native to the lands of Chult.
Right.
All right, so I guess we go out of this little
Yeah,
intro area.
you head out, and he's like, "Well, it's a very nice beach, and it is a very nice beach. You could stay here." And he's going on to another cave.
Nope,
No.
nope, nope.
Maelishaksa, is it okay? Are you home? Can we come visit? And you hear a big voice, and you recognize it as Maelishaksa's voice. And she says, "Who is there?" It's Bebo and my workers."
Maelishaksa, he has that a little backwards.
So
Are we gonna call ourselves by our friggin' name, or are we
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
actually introduce ourselves individually?
Let's introduce ourselves individually.
all right, so
Yeah.
um,
Let's
she
not do be the Avengineers.
No.
So she sticks her head out, identifies all of you, and comes out and looks a little surprised to see Bebo, and she's sitting there in the sun, looking very comfortable. And she says, "So, who wants to tell me what's happening?" "Oh, well, I guess I will."
One
because-
second.
Clunk.
Oh,
So we had to, I guess you'd say, reanimate Bebo because we had no other way of getting in contact with you directly. Unfortunately, Coral has lost his life at the hands of the righteous principals.
them again.
Yeah. And the
The
whatever symbiote was part of
his disguise powers.
Was part of Coral.
Yeah.
has similarly escaped.
That's unfortunate. That was hard to come by.
We think we know where it is.
But it's lower on our list of priorities to deal with right now.
I see.
Yeah.
Is it dangerous if we leave it run around like that?
It's perhaps annoying.
So the your requests of us to locate and either punish, avenge, support, assist Boral and Nazdia, things are going well.
I'm glad to hear it.
Boral is not himself doing well, but we've located his ghost.
I see.
He to explain what happened to him, that he was found out that by the Kaverin family, he was killed because he
By
didn't.
some sort of demonic sewer gator or something.
Devil.
Yeah. That was sent
devil
after
gator.
him because he stopped being careful with his messages. He had this for you, which was the.
So she takes out on a claw and says, "This looks very interesting indeed. Thank you for bringing this."
You're very welcome. He is still,
Haunting?
as we said, a tormented ghost haunting this bakery and sort of somewhat throwing this area into a little bit of an upheaval. And he said that you might have information about his brother Syl. If you do have that information, we'd love to pass it on to him to hopefully lay him to rest.
Yes, I sent out some people to find that, and they did find it. I have a scroll around somewhere with that information. I understand it was a tragic shipwreck, but I will get you the details.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. And we sorry, aside. What did we say we were? This is not snack. What did we say we were going to say about Nazdia?
We're gonna basically say we've found Nazdia. She is trying to infiltrate the Sora. She has infiltrated the Sora crime family.
Right.
And she has the stuff to do the thing.
Right, the machine, which we're fine telling
Yeah.
Maelishaksa about this because
Yeah.
we've decided we're fine with Maelishaksa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess she had to go dark because
they were
Chelavar found her out.
Yeah.
Right. So yes. So we explain all of that and about Chelavar and everything as well.
So she is still on track with the device then?
Yes, but apparently they need the scale, which she seems to possibly have a shot to get, and the blood of someone that Chelavar trusts, which is certainly not her or us.
She's not a trusting dragon.
Yeah.
Now, there was a concoction that she needed at her end. Has she already secured that?
She didn't tell us. I don't remember.
I don't think we know what she's talking about.
You do not know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Nazdia told you all of the things she needed, and this was not one of them.
Yeah.
She did not mention that.
All right. Well, I will have to trust her then.
Okay.
Now, does this mean I should be sending the bulk of the device back with you?
I think so.
If this is going to happen, it needs to all happen at the same time. Right?
Yeah.
So
So we need
to bring it back.
we can't come back here easily.
Yeah.
So we need.
Yeah.
I think that makes the most sense. Yes.
Yeah, because Nazdia told us like a good lead on to where to get the scale, which is outside the Kaverin Sora's new poison factory. Probably could talk to Jaffo, and if we could figure out what this concoction is, then we'll have all the pieces we need.
One more thing.
I
Just,
have another question for Maelishaksa, though. Sorry, what was you?
like, we have a mission. When we finish the mission, we don't know what happens to us. We don't know what we get. Is this the time to say that, look, if we help and make this go through or whatever, and it works out in your benefit, can you let us be free?
This is certainly a conversation you have had lots
Yeah.
of time to have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey,
This is
you
now
can-
the time to ask.
This is a flashback. Hey, when you
Yeah.
were sitting in the
Yeah.
attic,
Bevo can work for you now.
Yeah.
But is that the thing?
Yeah.
Now is the time to ask. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm just curious.
All right, let's do it.
The other thing was before we get to that, I wanted to also ask Maelishaksa. We spoke today with Kaverin Kava.
I was just going to tell you about her. She's taking over for Coral. I am not yet convinced she's going to be very good at it, but I am giving her a trial.
Okay, because
She
when a member of the Kaverin crime family came to us and said, "Oh, I'm working for Maelishaksa now," that sounded suspicious.
Thank you for verifying.
No problem.
did were you the one who asked her to burn down the toxic ember?
I don't know what you're talking about, so I guess the answer is no.
No, I think she got that great idea all by herself.
Okay, Maelishaksa is not concerned
very-
herself with the minor things.
Very
that we do.
enthusiastic.
Cool.
Well, that's good. I did have one message from Coral after you arrived in Waterdeep. And he said that you were going to be supplying me with dwarven crock. So did you bring that with you?
Does anyone have it in their inventory at all?
He also mentioned cinnamon buns.
Do you still have? Oh no, Kevin ate that tart.
I have a tart. Wow.
Maelishaksa, it's honestly been a busy couple of days dealing with Chelavar's forces and stuff, and I'm really sorry to report
We met him this morning.
that, we've met Chelavar already today. It's been a busy couple days. But we resurrected Bevo, and he can cast teleport, so if you like, after we deal with the Chelavar stuff, we can get him to bring you some cinnamon buns.
We know the place that makes the best in the whole Baker's Alley.
Yeah.
Well, that
you like
is what the note said. Well, I look forward to seeing how you deal with this.
We want to bring you the absolute freshest crock, clockwise, anti-clockwise, or conical or otherwise.
Oh yeah. Oh, because unfortunately we can't even get crock right now because the Righteous Principles blew up a bakery. It killed Coral, and all the crock bakeries are now on lockdown. So as soon as they reopen, we'll get
Right, because nobody
we'll get some
except the
crock
dwarves
sent to you.
everyone except the dwarves is too scared to make crock.
Yeah.
I have never been that good at making crock.
I am not interested in substandard croc.
Neither am I.
We'll wait till they reopen and we'll get some of the good stuff sent down.
I look forward to it.
So then, how do we word this?
It's like, I mean, I could try wording it because I have terrible charisma. You guys can clean up after me.
I mean,
Great.
who has the most charisma here?
You do. That's why you've been talking.
No, see, that's what I wanted to avoid.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like,
Graham,
You-
our job is not to win. Our job is to
I
entertain the
know.
people in the stream.
I know. No. That's okay. That's what Snack was hoping to avoid.
all right. Well, I mean, Snack can cut more off at any time. So, hey, Maelishaksa.
Yes.
So, if we do the thing where we get Chelavar sent to sleep for like 100 or so odd years, and deal with that, and get the Kaverin crime family,
We'll deal with Boral and Nosdia.
yeah, and deal with and get Boral laid to rest, and get Nosdia back in contact with you because Chelavar has been taken care of. Does that conclude our business together?
Would you like it to?
I would be super keen on that because I have to track down something of my mother's.
Would you like some help with that?
Maybe?
Well,
Why don't we discuss that after we take care of the whole Chelavar thing?
all right. I agree to your terms. Why don't you do all of the things that you said, and then we will discuss what happens in the future.
I mean, I don't really want to, I have to go back to school at some point. My mom's getting way angrier at me, progressively by the day. I can feel it. I'm sorry, Maelishaksa.
Do you need help dealing with your mother?
No.
I could speak with her if you like.
That's okay. But thank you for offering. It's very kind of you.
They're probably in the same book club.
They probably know each other.
That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think that's all our business.
Is there any more help we can get?
One of the last things she's going to say is, do you have any unmet needs that you are incapable of meeting yourselves?
We
We need to infiltrate that place to get a scale.
Well, and there's the whole positive energy
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah.
right. That's
just slightly weighing on Dande's mind.
but Maelishaksa has a way to let constructs
Yeah.
go between. We just need a way to get him back.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
I think we go that way.
Yeah. All right. So Maelishaksa, for the whole put Chelavar to sleep because we do a thing on the plane of positive energy, we need to get somebody to the plane of positive energy to power up the machine, right?
Yes, because dragons are immune to most types of things that would just put us to sleep or make us immobile or whatnot. But if we can get a link made, then the positive energy will give him just a happy resting nap for about a century.
Cool. So our issue is that there's one way to get somebody to make a link on the plane of positive energy, which is to send Dande, but we're not 100% keen on the idea of exploding Dande on the plane of positive energy. And Kaverin Kavra mentioned you had something about that you could send constructs to the plane of positive energy.
I don't have a way to get constructs there. I have a way to help constructs thrive on the plane of positive energy.
You don't have anything that would protect a non-construct, do you? Like me?
Not particularly. We could start getting into wish territory. I have a contact with an Afridi.
That seems like it might cause more trouble.
I think you're right.
Okay.
So, would you like to take the thing that will help a construct thrive on the positive energy plane?
I mean, it's essentially then saying to Burlap, it's like, we'll send you here and you can thrive out here. and you've done the thing you need to do for us,
They
then you
can't
can
get
just
back.
You can just live there.
Yeah, but he might like it there.
That's the
But
thing.
how do
Well,
we send him?
plane of positive energy,
But
right?
how do we send him there? We need to get some positive energy.
Also, what the hell does thrive mean in this context? But
I feel like, hey, Burlap, we're going to send you to another plane, but you can't, and not have any way to bring you back. But don't worry, it's a cool plane. You'll like it.
yeah,
I mean,
It's not like a great sales pitch.
yeah. Well, yeah. We need to send him there, too.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, she gets you the
yeah,
thing.
getting
Well,
the
yeah.
thing is not.
We'll take
Take
it.
it, yeah.
Just
yeah,
in
we'll
case.
take it and we'll find
Yeah,
something.
that's good.
It's basically a circle. It's about an inch in diameter. You just have to attach it to the construct.
Right.
And she gets you a parchment that has the details of the shipwreck, where
Oh,
that with
great.
Sill's fate.
Cool.
And then she tells Bevo to send you guys back to Waterdeep, and then he is to go fetch her a T-Rex eyeball,
Oh, right.
which is one of her favorite nibblies.
Oh, goody.
Oh,
All right.
other than Croc.
You're the ones who brought up Croc, as far as she's concerned.
I mean, at the time we could get it.
We're outside, like we're out
You're on the beach.
on the beach.
This is nice. It's a tropical island.
Yeah. Is there, mostly just out of curiosity, we know what time we left Waterdeep. If you look at looking at the sun and stuff, is there just trying to get sort of like a rough idea of like where this is?
This is further west.
Okay. I guess we have to wait till night to get like stars and stuff, but and it appears to be like it's like a little island somewhere, and there's just like water everywhere. There's no other identifying characteristics.
Right. I mean, it looks like there's another island over there.
Okay.
But this is just her private tropical island.
Nice thing to
fair.
have if you're a dragon, I think.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal.
Kevin loves it here. This is like the happiest you've ever seen Kevin.
Oh no, is Kevin so happy that I feel compelled to let him stay on the island with Maelishaksa?
I am absolutely not playing your character.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
mean,
Is
being,
Kevin playfully romping in the reeds and stuff like that?
I think it's more like just
right.
lying in the sun.
Yeah, because it would be nice and warm.
He'd probably still whine if you left, though.
yeah, and leaving Maelishaksa with a fat whining
But that lasts a very short time
Malfandel lizard is probably not the best idea.
for Kevin.
For
Yeah.
Kevin.
Maybe I'll buy Kevin a heat lamp when we get back.
Whatever that is in.
I think that's just a fire.
I think most lamps in Waterdeep would generate heat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
perfect.
that's just like an oil lamp.
Yeah, as they call it, a lamp.
Yeah.
I owned a lizard once,
Oh, really?
They love heat lamps.
I bet.
Yeah.
Alternately, you could shove him back through the teleportation circle with carrying a whole bunch of crock with him, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And then Maelishaksa would have to get to it before he eats it all.
We'll strap it to his back. There's no way.
Run in circles anyway.
There's no way.
Plan with no
Ever
drawback.
seen him Malfandalism do a backflip? Watch.
If he rolled slowly over, he could get it onto the floor
Oh
and then lick it up.
yeah, you're
So
right.
like the only things that we need to make this, I say it like it's simple. The only things we need to make this dragon device work is the stuff that Maelishaksa is giving us right now, the scale
of a dragon
yeah,
that doesn't want to give it to us.
yeah, and blood from a person that does.
Can I ask a question though?
And
Can we
and
get
she-
Maelishaksa to clarify whatever this potion is that needs to go into it as well?
Yes.
Elixir. Because otherwise, we have no idea what we're making there.
Oh yeah, what if we're boned? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the assumption is that
Nazdia did it
Nazdia
already.
didn't mention that because it's already done.
But
like
still,
she
let's
said,
just-
she had the parts of it that she needed.
Yeah, but let's just double check.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
All right, so she talks to you about alchemy for a while, and you maybe glaze over, but there's this complicated concoction that someone needs to brew up.
Okay.
Cool. This sounds like we're in Waterdeep and we have lots of money problem.
Or Nastia has already taken care of it and didn't care to tell us about it.
Yeah.
So
all right.
and we're not asking Maelishaksa for help with the scale or the blood because we assume we have a lead on both of those.
I mean, we know that Chelavar likes to stay So we know that Chelavar is staying above a poison factory. We know that the Kaverin family recently built a giant poison factory. So there's chances are good we should be able to sneak into that and find a scale from somewhere, especially if he like rubs one off of his body because he's scratching his back or something. I have no idea how
Right.
that works.
Maelishaksa's in dragon. Maelishaksa can
Yes.
be.
Yeah.
Can be. a
We don't
human?
know.
We don't know.
whether she can.
Right. We've never seen Maelishaksa in any form other than dragon.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And then the
How
blood
big?
of... Yeah, how big is a dragon?
Yeah.
So her torso is like 10 feet long.
Okay. Pretty big then.
Wow.
Pretty big.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Just sort of curious,
I guess we just go back.
especially for snack. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go then.
Let's go back.
All right. So Bebo gets the address from you. You're probably going to have to like draw it out for him, and then
Yeah.
he spends some time doing it, and he finishes it, and then looks at Maelishaksa and it's like, "Okay, Elsie," and she sort of sticks him with a claw, pulls him back.
So Bevo knows that location now, I guess.
So you might recall that Maelishaksa was kind of happy to trade up to have you
Yeah.
working for her. She was you were surprised, I seem to remember, at how blasé she was about
Bebo.
Yeah.
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 Oh. Well.
But she seems to take chances on a lot of people, it sounds like with Kaverin Kava and everything too, but neat.
But to be fair, yeah, if I had a chance to replace Bebo with
Literally
Four-
everybody.
4 people who defeated Bebo, I'd be like, yes.
I mean,
Actually,
when
if
you
I
put
had a chance to replace Bebo with it, basically anybody.
that- What about a very nice broom?
Yeah. A fat Malfanda lizard.
I mean, she went from having 1 to 4. It took 4 of us to defeat Bebo. That's maybe a trade down.
You know he can cast level 5 spells.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I mean, pretty soon so can
But
I.
he's so annoying.
Yeah.
Right. We're not. To a dragon, we're very erudites.
Well,
Well, now she
let's
doesn't.
not go that far.
Well, now she probably cares about Bebo even less.
Yeah.
We
Wait,
should say we don't know what that is.
But maybe watch out for that. We brought him back as a skungler, and we don't know what a skungler is.
I mean, he's an undead skungler, so that must count for something.
Wait, are there living skunglers? Is that a
No.
thing?
I've never seen one. All I know is that he's indeed undead, I can tell, and I can tell because I'm a necromancer.
So, as a necromancer, you are perhaps one of my best resources for finding out what a skungler is.
Oh, I don't know that much. I paid some
You
attention.
don't have to tell me right now.
Oh, well, then I won't. I'll tell you later.
I look forward to it.
Oh, me too.
All right, let's go.
So the circle's there. You can step through it. You'll be in the sewers of Waterdeep.
Right.
It's
Down in Boral's place.
yeah. It's cold. It's dark. It's
Dank.
yeah.
All right, we're there.
Kevin's like, no. I'm sorry, Kevin. I knew you liked it there. Maybe we can go back sometime. Never.
I feel like there's probably like steam rising from.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
It was
we do
nice.
smell a little sweaty, at least, though.
It was nice.
Okay. Well, we're in the borehole. Let's get out from the hole and back to our apartment.
Actually, why don't we swing by that bakery and get a drop of blood from Jaffa while we're there?
Oh, tempting tarts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, do we have a thing to keep
How do
it
we
in?
how do we give this to Syl? Do we just leave it conspicuously, or how do we give it to Boral? How do we show this to Boral?
I think we have to do the ghost thing again.
Oh no. Okay, let's do it.
Like, I can't think, otherwise how are we supposed to communicate with the ghost other than getting to him to lure out and
Sure.
stuff?
It's because the reason why we have to get the ghost to possess somebody is that otherwise, even just looking at the ghost makes you age and messes you up.
Could we just straight up knock on the door, say to Jaffa, like, here, let the ghost possess you, let him read this. He should leave. Or do you think we need to go in there and cast necrotic energy all around the place to get it to come out? And
I think we probably have to do that.
let's be doing that right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we may as well just check that list. That's one of the things that Maelishaksa asked us to do. And she didn't say no, and we said if we got all that done, that we could be free.
Okay, tempting tarts.
There's big open sign.
Yeah.
So
Go. Do
I
just
go
me?
inside.
All of us go inside.
Well, I'll look away when the ghost shows up.
Good idea.
So the ghost is not going to show up because they've baked enough bread today.
Right.
No,
I smash the oven.
no,
I don't.
No, the negative energy is what attracted.
That's
so
true, yeah.
so you just needed to fire around a lot of negative energy to sort of lure it out.
I would be more than happy to.
All right. Let's
Zip,
let's
zap,
explain
zop.
what's going on first, though.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Jaffo, guess what? I got some great news for you and Mar.
Oh, I like great news.
Okay, so here's the deal. We have tracked down the information that we need to put the ghost to rest so Mar will no longer be haunted.
We hope.
We think it's like 99%, 98, 95, 90% minimum to work. In exchange, we need a drop of your blood. Don't ask.
It's not in exchange. That's how this works. Can you explain to her how this works?
So, okay. What we need you to do
Yes.
is we can get rid of the ghost, but you have to let the ghost possess you. And then when we're done, you give us a drop of your blood.
Willingly.
And then, a drop of your blood. And if you're willing to do that,
It's a drop or a vial? Sorry.
I think we just need a drop.
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 Yeah.
Okay, great.
And if we can do that, the ghost should leave, and you will never be bothered by the ghost ever again. And you and Mark can live in peace. You can be baking bread all the time.
Culturally,
Or
not.
sell the bakery and leave and go enjoy your life somewhere else in Faerun. Are you willing to do this?
Whatever it takes. I just want to help.
That's what I like to hear, Jaffo. All right.
All right. So
Hide your eyes, everyone.
I feel like this is just gonna work.
Yep.
All I need is a wisdom save from you, because you're gonna see
I sure am.
the ghost of Boral.
14 plus 3, 17.
That's enough.
That makes it. Okay.
The ghost of Boral future.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So this works. There's a long scroll, and Boral is going to find his rest. And
good.
I think that there's just sort of a feeling of peace in the bakery
And warmth.
as-
Well, because there's nothing going.
Well, now, once the ghost leaves, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you have done a very good deed. There's an experience bonus in you for that.
Oh,
Hey, nice.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank
we helped a soul find rest.
we didn't
Yes.
have to either. That's what makes
Mar
it a
doesn't
bonus.
get like youthified again or anything, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Darn.
There's no like undoing of what the ghost did.
There is not. I mean, you could ask for that Afridi's name, because a wish would fix this.
I think Mara will just have to live out the rest of his slightly addled days now, and that'll be fine. He can.
How's Jaffo doing?
He seems fine.
Oh, wow. Jaffo passed it too. All right, good.
I mean, he aged last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Jaffo gives us a drop of his blood,
He does.
and we don't have the device that actually keeps that, do we?
You have a crate with you, but you don't know how any of it works.
Right. So if he gives a drop of the blood just
I assume we have like a vial or something.
to carry it in.
I mean, it's a bakery. There are lots of things
Yeah.
around that you can use for
okay,
carrying
cool.
stuff.
We have that drop, and then when we go see Kaverin Kava, or no, we go see Nazdia, we can
Flash Jensen.
just Jensen, we can try that drop of blood and see if it works.
Yeah.
Do we want to get a drop from Mar just because?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Do you think we could have a drop of blood from Mar as well? Would he be willing?
I doubt it, but I could ask him.
Let's ask him.
Okay, this is starting to get a little weird. Hey, Mar, and they
I
go
think
off,
we're fine, but all right.
Well,
Just to back it up.
and then
Blood from that guy.
you know they're having a conversation. And Mar grabs his great sword and like, no.
okay. You know what, Mara?
It's
don't
fine.
Worry about it.
Shouldn't if the
Good
ghost?
call.
Yeah, if the ghost comes back, you let us know, but it shouldn't. Your blood should be enough. Thanks, Jaffo. Goodbye. What did they end up making today, by the way? Just bread?
I mean, neither of them really knows how to bake, so
Neither of them knows how to bake, and they have a really weird, crappy oven that keeps going out.
yeah.
Well, now you can sell the bakery, or bake.
And hey, from like a property flipping standpoint, this went real well.
Oh yeah.
Now we need a banner. It's like, now under new management, no ghost.
Well, because Zephyr gave Mar 100 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he sold it for negative 100 gold.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So you head back to the flower tower.
Yes.
All right, it's getting late in the day. And Friendly's there, and she's like, "Oh, you were upstairs, and now you're coming in my front door." But I did as you asked, and when someone wanted to see you, I said you weren't there.
Oh, perfect, because we weren't there, so that worked out really well. Who wanted to come and see us, by the way?
It was Jensen.
Oh, perfect. Well, maybe she'll come back then.
She said she'd be at the Beholder and Bucket.
Great.
I'm in the mood for something made of meat.
Okay, excellent. Maybe let's unload our luggage and that we picked up while we were out, and then head over to the Beholder and Bucket.
Are you leaving Kevin upstairs in the
No,
apartment?
because he whines.
Bring him with you. Okay.
Are you
didn't-
inviting me, or are you saying the four of you?
This is a business meeting, Friendly.
right.
Should we erase that teleportation circle upstairs?
It doesn't
Work that way?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
good.
gone.
Great, thank you.
So, but maybe we can go out for beers later.
That would be nice.
Yeah, excellent. Everything's looking up around here. All right, drop off crate of stuff we got from Maelishaksa, head over to the Beholder and Bucket.
All right.
All right.
So Nazdia / Jensen is there
By herself?
by herself.
Oh, nice. At a table big enough for the rest of us to join her?
Yes.
What a wonderful thing this is working out to be.
Well, because she left a message that
Yeah,
was basically
yeah.
join me at the Beholder and Bucket.
That's
Right.
good. That's always hard when people, you ask them to hold the table and you don't know when you're going to show up. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the Beholder and Bucket is overpriced, and it's kind of like the Chult experience for non-Chultans.
Oh.
So, was the way you guys described it to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So,
right.
Right. Yeah.
You're right next to Chult Town. If you're a local Waterdavian who knows Chult and wants actual Chult, like, you're not going to come here.
All right.
But if
like
you're
the
like
rainforest
on a
cafe.
bachelorette party and she's always said, "Oh my God, I want one of the giant eggs like they have in Chult because I just want to just ram myself full of yolk," then you can come down to the Beholder Bucket and get
That zombie moonshine.
or margaritas.
All that weird crap on the walls.
You've
Yeah,
never,
they probably-
you've never been on a bachelorette party, have you?
I specifically requested not to have one.
Yeah, I know.
So
They probably call there's probably like a thing that they call a zombie, the zombie alcohol stuff that we like,
Oh, the zombie moonshine?
zombie moonshine, and it's actually just like a margarita.
Well, it's a double zombie at that point, probably.
yeah.
Anyway,
This is like senior still puffers.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
it's in like glass. It's in a glass. It
It's
looks like a
decorated
still
like
puffer.
at TGI Fridays, but if every piece of tat on the wall at TGI Fridays was some sort of horrible venomous beast.
All right, cool. We painted a great picture.
Yes.
Hi, Jensen. Hi, Jensen.
How's it going?
Not so well.
Oh yeah, we heard about the fire.
You did hear about that.
Yeah.
It's big news here in Waterdeep, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's gone around an awful lot.
Yeah, we heard about it from our friend Burlap, the Burlapian. He was telling us all about it because, of course, he'd taken us up there. He's like, "Hey, did you guys hear that the toxic ember burned down?" And we're like, "Oh no, oh no, actually." So what's up with that?
Well, Chelavar seems to think that you did it. So, perhaps this meeting never happened.
No.
Or, perhaps we go with Kaverin Sora's plan, which is I find you and take you to the poison factory, where, if we can find her missing bard, we cast a Zone of Truth spell. I don't know if you're familiar with that spell, but basically you can't tell a lie when you're inside the Zone of Truth. And then she asks you, did you burn down the toxic ember?
Oh,
Well, we didn't, so that wouldn't be a problem. But I don't know that I like the idea of being taken under duress to the poison factory.
I'm not taking you anywhere under duress. This is what Kaverin Sora is hoping will happen because she's trying to convince Chelavar that you should still work for him. And for her. And
Right.
for me. But he says you're the most likely people to have set it on fire in order to disrupt the upcoming party. He was not happy that we told you as much about the party as we did. So thanks for telling him that we told you.
We were trying to be very truthful around a very good gold brassy dragon.
Wanted him to trust us.
I mean, I get that. It was just uncomfortable.
I'm sorry to put you in a bad way.
Well, thanks. So this is, I guess, I am presenting you with this opportunity. If you like, and assuming she's found Joffo, we can just go to the factory. I can take you there either now or in the morning, and you can enter a zone of truth and say, no, I did not burn down the factory.
Hey, can I ask you a quick question about the whole, like, Chelavar nighty-night plan?
Here?
I mean,
No.
maybe somewhere else.
Okay. So the answer is yes.
Cool.
You can ask me. Should we finish our beers and go someplace private? Is this an urgent question?
Yes.
All right. I mean, we could probably talk safely on the streets. The factory is a fair ways away. It's technically outside the troll wall, because she was able to build a bigger factory for less than the money she sold the old factory for. And all she had to do was just sort of build it east of the wall instead of west of the wall.
You know, gentrification, that kind of thing.
Question, Jensen. How does a zone of truth work?
So, it creates a zone about 30 feet in diameter. It's roughly a circle. And when you walk into the zone, you have to decide whether you're going to let it affect you or not. If you decide that it's not, it might anyway. But the point is that the caster can tell whether it's affecting you or not. Assuming it's affecting you, and in this situation you would be unwise not to let it affect you, then you can't tell any lies while you're inside the zone. But there's nothing stopping you from walking out of the zone. There's nothing making you talk. If she says, "Did you burn down the toxic ember?" you can just keep your mouth shut.
Though we
So-
didn't.
Right, and you can give. Sorry, I'm reading Beech's cleric cards. You can give evasive answers as long as it remains within the boundary of truth.
And you can
It's
refuse
my
to answer a
concern-
question altogether.
Yeah.
And my concern is I don't want to go be interrogated by Chelavar.
Well, yeah.
Even if we are telling the truth.
Well, it's also that, like, we didn't burn down the toxic ember. Like, that's no problem. But we all know that if they continue questioning us about other things, there's some stuff that we wouldn't want to be questioned about in the zone of truth.
So I feel like you could say that, and the zone of truth would prove that you were being truthful.
Except wouldn't then Chelavar want to eat us or have us killed for wanting to withhold information from him?
I don't know that he is currently there.
Oh.
This is Kaverin Sora wants to question us.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Chelavar
interesting.
just wants to find us.
But I mean, still, if Kaverin Sora is like, are you trying to? Are you
right.
trying to do something? Do you know anything about the? Do you know anything about the toxic ember? Right? Like, did you burn down the toxic ember? No.
No.
Do you know who did? Excuse me, I need to leave the truth circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not super keen on this plan, but I do like the idea of going to the poison factory, maybe under the cover of darkness, and investigating where Chelavar hangs out and seeing if there's any scales around.
I mean, if nothing else, this is a free ticket into the poison factory. And if you're going to interrogate somebody, you do it one by one, which means the rest of us would kind of be just hanging out.
The spell wouldn't necessarily last a long time,
Oh.
and this isn't hostile. Like, doing it you could request it to be doing one by one, but Kaverin Sora is just looking to firmly establish your innocence.
That's fair.
Her sources indicate you weren't there, but Chelavar thinks that you're the most likely candidates, and if you weren't there, you might have caused someone else to do it. Kaverin Sora wants to ask you a bunch of questions, made sure you had nothing to do with it, and then we can carry on. Things are getting pretty tight because we're having to relocate the party.
Yes.
And
Are we still bringing desserts to that?
Yeah, but only if your names are cleared.
Right.
I say we do it.
Okay, but let's talk to Jensen about the thing somewhere privately.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't I hire us a coach, and then we can talk privately in the coach.
Sounds good.
All right.
So nervous about
Yeah,
this.
this seems like a terrible idea.
In order for this to work, you need to have the bard, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So why don't we just go? Let's see if they can find their bard.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, they need Jaffa to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I mean another bard, but
Well,
probably
whatever, let's go.
just
Yeah,
as good.
Yeah.
a bard or a cleric or someone. They were just like the guy who's in town who works for the same boss.
Yeah.
Is Jaffa.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
In
he's
coach.
been, and he's weirdly disappeared at the moment.
Yes. He was saying they probably wouldn't even notice that I was missing unless they needed me for something.
foreshadowing.
Sounds like what happened.
It's what happened.
Neat. Let's
All right.
go.
So you're in the coach?
Yeah. So hey, Nastia,
Yes.
what about this whole Chelavar nap plan?
I would love to do the plan, but I don't know how to pull it off. Do you know how to pull it off?
So what do you still need?
I need all the stuff from Maelishaksa. I need a scale from Chelavar, although now that we're all out in the poison factory, that seems like the easiest thing. And I need a drop of blood willingly given from someone Chelavar trusts, and I need a way to get the anchor point to the plane of positive energy. Well, I can get it there, but I need someone to take it there who already has positive energy inside them. That's how my device, how it'll get them there.
And you have the potion worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working in a poison factory. I just made it.
Excellent.
Cool.
What is the potion?
So she starts getting very technical.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds like exactly what Maelishaksa told us.
I mean, yes.
Great.
Yeah. Cool.
And then she's like, how did you know about that? Because when I told you what I needed, that was not one of the things.
You have a good memory.
So let's just say,
It was like 3 hours ago.
Yes.
let's just say that many of the hurdles that you were facing have recently become overcome. Would you say Chelavar trusts Jaffo?
I mean, yes, that's kind of why he's the one they want to cast the spell.
And the rest of the righteous principles, in fact?
Probably.
Perfect.
Does he trust Kaverin Sora?
No.
Oh.
I got a drop of her blood and tried it in the thing.
Right,
and it
that's
didn't
right.
work.
You did say that. That's
Because
right.
he doesn't trust the
Yeah.
dragon or
Yeah.
chromatic
I'm
dragon.
mostly just trying to misdirect from the thing about Jaffo, because I don't want her to be aware that we know where Jaffo is.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah.
But before we
So it
send
sounds like
Dante to
getting
the, I just want to make sure that's going to work.
sounds like getting the anchor point set up is going to be the hardest part.
Well, I guess. I mean, the willing blood thing is going to be an issue, and we actually have to get the main components from Maelishaksa.
Right.
How do dragon scales? How does getting a dragon scale? Do
know
dragons
either,
share their
yeah.
scales?
We can't do it
A
without her.
little.
If we let her in more on if she knows that we have more of these things, or we have an idea about how to accomplish a couple of these things, that would lean her more towards trying to see Maelishaksa's plan through, and more likely that she's not going to betray us to Chelavar, because she'll feel like her plan's way further along.
Yeah.
Also, Necromancer, blood doesn't stay in drop form for very long. It dries.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to have the thing. We
So
need to do
right
this
now,
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a jerk.
But you're right, yeah. It's not, we have a drop. We don't
Oh,
have like a whole bunch of blood.
Oh, I would have taken several.
I
We asked him for a drop.
I thought we were taking a vial, but yeah.
Yeah.
And we know that like because she was able to test Yavrin Sora's blood and her own blood and stuff.
Yeah.
So we know that Like
She has
it doesn't
the
have,
thing.
It doesn't have to all happen at the same time. That's
Right.
another component that can be added to it.
We believe we have a drop of blood from somebody that Chelava trusts. Can you test it? Can you see whether or not it's usable?
Yeah, I mean, I have the thing in my room at the poison factory.
Then we have to give it to her so she can go do it.
Yeah.
All right.
All
So
right, wait, we need to go back to the flower tower. We got some stuff to bring along to the poison factory.
do you want to bring all of it?
Well, because don't we need all of it at the same time?
No, she can test it with the thing that she has. Like if we want to do the whole thing, if we're going to do the whole dance all at once.
But you did say you were leaving all the stuff, which I assume includes the drop.
No,
at
because
the flower tower.
I took the drop.
So
Sorry.
yeah, I was just leaving all the stuff Maelishaksa
Yeah.
gave us. 'cause
Oh,
we had
okay.
like
I have the drop.
So you
in
have the
vial.
drop with
yeah.
you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said
Okay.
you said Maelishaksa gave us a crate, and that
Yeah.
seems very suspicious to be
You-
hauling over town.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry, but I have the drop.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So we can give
Yes
it to her
to
now.
anything.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I can give her the drop right now, then
Yeah.
she can go test it when we get to the Poison Factory. That gets that squared away. We
Mm-hmm.
still have our ace in the hole.
Yeah.
And then this probably also establishes some trust that we are further along.
Yeah.
I think. That's how I look at this. So you take this vial,
Okay.
and
she takes it.
and it should work. That should be the drop of blood you need.
All right, so she hides it someplace for when you're walking in.
Cool.
All right.
So now I think
risk.
all we need is a scale.
Well, and we need the stuff from Maelishaksa.
Don't worry
and
about that.
We can get everything we need from Maelishaksa. We have a way back to Maelishaksa. We've worked this out.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Well,
But don't worry, we have not told Maelishaksa what your new name is. Consider it that you might owe us one.
so you've spoken with Maelishaksa. Oh. Well, thank you for that. And do you have something going on for getting the anchor point to the positive energy plane?
We have a couple of ideas.
All right.
If Plan A doesn't work, then Plan B will have to.
Okay.
Plan D.
Plan D will have to work.
Yeah.
Things might get a little hairy.
Can we come up? Can we come up with a way to get whoever we send to the positive energy plane back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds great. Let's do that.
let's do that.
Yeah.
What do you have in mind?
I don't know.
To suggestions.
Yeah. Okay.
We have a lot of money in a big town, in a big city with people in it.
Yeah.
Might have magic. I don't know.
That we could hire someone to either teleport somebody back from the plane, or we could buy a scroll and do it ourselves.
I feel like that's not something you could like. I feel like a scroll of race dead might be something you could just walk into and spend hundreds of gold on in Waterdeep, but something to teleport somebody back from the plane of positive energy, probably that's a bigger ask.
Sure. But I mean, we could still ask. Like, there must be somebody in town who can do that. Like, I'm assuming that my church would not have. I don't even know if teleport's a thing that clerics do. Like.
So I think we're looking at planar travel as separate but related to teleport.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You haven't checked in with your church since arriving. I mean,
Yeah.
in character, you haven't been in Waterdeep very long, so they're not going to be offended that you haven't immediately checked in, although they might be a little surprised or disappointed. But you worship basically the mother deity of the dwarf pantheon, so that's important. Waterdeep has significant places of worship for all of the important deities. But I am saying all of this in support of your point that you don't know whether your church can help you with this.
This is probably the quickest thing to do. Is I go to church.
Right. But at the moment, we're in the carriage going to the.
Yeah, exactly. We have to do that first.
So you're leaving Waterdeep proper. The technical edge of the city is the troll wall. There have been bad times in Faerun's past, and sometimes the wall has been an extremely important part of the defense of the city. Kaverin Sora's position is that those times are over, and that she's got a great investment by building the factory outside the city, especially since, you know, she's not subject to whatever the the guards want to do. She doesn't pay the same kinds of taxes. But, surely if, say, trolls attacked her factory that was close to Waterdeep, the Lords of Waterdeep wouldn't just let them get away with that. They would still help her. This is Havensora's position.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Granddad should have kept running the place. Oh my god.
Both of these people are not very good at this.
Oh, Jesus. Whew. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lords of Waterdeep are known to be very reasonable.
And generous of spirit.
I've played that game.
All right.
Oh, yes.
So, you get to the factory.
Yeah.
And Jinsen takes you inside, and Havensora's looks a little surprised to see you. But she says, great, thank you for coming in.
We didn't burn your bar down.
I believe that. I just need magical confirmation for Chelavar. I mean, you get that, right? You have apparently met the guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he here?
He is in his seclusion chamber. He spends a lot of time
I
there.
mean, like upstairs or like downstairs?
It's kind of a separate. So there were a bunch of buildings.
Yeah.
But
it isn't like a single building factory. This is like a compound.
It's a compound. Thank you.
see.
That's the word I meant.
Okay, so we're not going to wake him up if we
Yeah.
raise our voice or something.
Right. I'm not sure he's actually asleep. Well, you know what? He probably doesn't want me talking about what he's doing
That's
in
fair.
there. So,
It would be rude to assume.
He's just reading. He's just reading back issues of Dragons Quarterly.
It's Chelavar time. He's having a little Chelavar time.
I think they stopped printing Dragon for it.
Better Homes and Fortresses.
Oh, the
The
magazine
actual
Dale had.
Dragon magazine.
Yeah.
That's why it's back issue.
Yeah. Anyway.
so short of a way of magically confirming this, I don't know what we can do to satisfy him. I think you've met Joffo when the righteous principals rudely wandered into your place.
And blew up a bakery.
As a side note, if there's people who are like going to be destroying buildings, there's one group that we know destroys buildings. I'm just saying. Lights them on fire.
Literally already exploded the building.
So Joffo has gone missing, and Chelavar is annoyed by this and keeps telling me how to deal with it. If you could bring him in somehow, if you find him.
How does Chelavar telling you to deal with it?
He has given me instructions for search patterns for the city. He has told me which groups to talk to in order to get more information. And they're not bad ideas. It's just, I have a lot going on right now. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry that his trusted bard is missing. And that probably matters. But, I wish he would just stop coming up with new ideas for fixing it.
He must trust Joffo a lot.
So, you believe us. So
I do.
If we find Joffo, is this meeting still happening? Like, do you look? Friendly's working her ass off on these desserts. Assuming that Chelavar trusts us again, that we didn't burn the ember down, are we delivering these desserts somewhere?
Yeah, day after tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
We're going to do it here. I'm going to show off the poison factory to all the different power groups.
You're gonna cut off you're not gonna have any of the poison running just because you are serving food, right?
So we're going to do a tour, and we will have some of the vats will be sort of bubbly, but I'll be giving out, filter masks.
And then don't eat the desserts in the same building that you make the poison, though, just in case fumes, that kind of stuff, cross contamination.
Well, see, this is why I'm bringing in the professionals.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Is this Semolo, Semolo Plateau poison that they're making here, or is it all sorts of different types of poisons?
It's one kind of poison. I'm assuming you're asking out of character.
I guess whether I know.
Yeah, I think you do. So there is a very common type of poison available in Waterdeep. It is what is made here. It's the kind of poison that if you were thumbing through the rules and you wanted to buy some poison, that's the kind of poison you can get. The Semolo Plateau poison is better and cheaper.
Right. Which is why they wanted us to get rid of it.
Right. And why they're still willing to pay you a whole lot of money to go topple the plateau.
Interesting.
So we'll cross that bridge, or not destroy it.
If they've rebuilt it by now,
They'll
I
pull
mean.
the things
Yeah.
out. And, yeah.
They offered you $5,000 to topple the plateau. I don't know if you remember that.
Wow.
So, she doesn't really have anything else for you. She thanks you for coming out. She reassures you that she believes you, and she, shows you a bit about the factory, but clearly things are in a bit of disarray. Everybody's trying to move into some of the rooms around here. They're trying to figure out how to change the party venue.
Is there a place that we can see that everyone is not going near? Is there a specific building that we can tell
you're
that
trying to
everyone is
figure out-
avoiding? Yes.
The highly fortified one.
Ah! Okay. So now we have an idea of where we might find scales.
Right.
Crap. All right.
Jinsen disappeared almost immediately when you guys all arrived. She sort of brought you to Kaverin and dropped you off and left. And she's showing up again, and she's like, "So, boss, should I just take them back in a coach?" And Kaverin like, "Yeah, good idea, thanks."
So we can't do the Zone of Truth thing without Jaffa, eh?
Right.
But now we know where this is.
And we know how heavily fortified Chelavar's
Scale
zone
factory.
is.
Yeah.
So Jinsen is sort of urging you toward a coach.
All right, all right, we're going.
And she's like, "It worked. I don't know how you did that or what it was, but good job on the blood."
We're professionals.
Yeah, it shows. I'm actually not going to come back through the gates with you. I just wanted to get in the coach to tell you that.
Do you have any idea how we can get one of those scales?
I have a couple of ideas. Let me work on it.
Okay.
It might just take money.
Right.
There are some highly trusted, basically custodians that I might be able to bribe,
Okay.
but it would be expensive, so I'm trying to come up with something else.
You know what? Just spend money on the problem.
Well, perhaps I will.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, one sec. I've got so much stuff here. It's, there it is.
Oh,
Make the problem go away.
I will make the problem go away. Oh, thank you.
How much? That was the
That
gem?
was the 250 GP gem that Chelavar gave me, and what was Chelavar doing if not for me to redistribute it to the people of Waterdeep to bring good into the world? That is going to make that custodian's life so much better to have him have 250 gold. He's going to be able to retire.
It's kind of a fun irony, too. You know?
Yeah.
And
think so.
It'll
Maybe
be
Jensen will take a
interesting,
cut too, but you know.
The next time Chelavar looks in on it.
Yeah.
Because he can tell wherever one of his crests, like when he creates the crest, he can always track it, so he knows where all the things with a crest is.
Oh, I have a thing I need to get rid of.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
He'll be asleep for a while. It's fine.
So I just think it'll be interesting, when his custodian has one, he might be like, what did he do? Anyway, thank you very much. I will take care of this. I'm gonna hop out of the coach here.
cool.
So you head back to Baker's Alley.
Right.
You are not quite there.
Oh no.
When you hear a commotion. If you like, you can just pull the blinds down on the coach and ignore whatever the problem is.
I mean, that sounds like something we do.
Boy, I'm awfully curious, though.
Wait, Kevin's with us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the commotion?
How close are we to Baker's Alley?
Close.
We all
Oh,
peek
no.
out the window, but not in the way that makes our heads stack one above another.
Just in a way of, oh god, it's already been such a long day.
All right. So, Kaverin Kava. I was just really enjoying Kathleen's facial expressions. I'm sorry.
They're quick. It's like Yavrin Kava. I'm like, okay, I know which one of the two
I'm done with
that is.
Dragonborn. None of them are competent. No, I've
No
never.
one in the Kaverin family are competent.
Yeah.
anyway.
No.
Well, probably the granddad. He seemed to be a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Only a little bit of things with devils.
Is shouting at Chelavar.
Oh, piss.
At Chelavar.
Yes. You recognize him because you saw him
Can we
earlier.
get the coach to pull over so we don't walk into this?
Yes.
Can we just go right by it?
Yes. You can do whatever you want. Tell me what you're doing, and I'll say yes.
Eavesdrop a little bit, but keep our distance so we don't get roped into this.
I think more importantly, can we already hear what's happening? Can we already hear what's being yelled?
I think
Or do we need
this
to
is
stop
where I
the coach?
remind you that this is a dice game.
Yep.
Perception?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Whatever skill you want to use to listen in to a Dragonborn and Dragon.
That was almost so good.
I'm going to try a different die. 17
Nope.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
plus 3. 20.
20. All right. So you can definitely hear, based on your numbers, the rest of you can decide how much you hear and how much you get filled in on later. He is just basically being a big jerk talking about Dragonborn with red scales, and she is furious. He's just making her angrier and angrier. And finally, she says, well, I'm glad I set fire to it. This was gonna be my big surprise, but this is it. And then he starts to raise his hand, and she grabs a short sword and swings at him, which he was clearly not expecting.
Why would you expect that? Why would you think anybody would do that?
Yeah. Oh my.
And it connects with a thunk.
Okay.
And he's like, what have you done? And he's looking at the short sword that is lodged in his arm, has thunked in there. There's no blood or anything. And then he turns to her and he says, do you know how hard these constructs are to control when they're damaged? And his features start to melt, and she starts to kind of freak out because she was all geared up for a big sword fight with a dragon. And he kind of turns and starts shouting to the nearby buildings, I'll pay a lot to have this body returned to the... And then it kind of just melts into the form of a kind of a dressmaker's dummy. His features are gone. Looks like a generic figure of some sort, and it clatters to the ground. And Kaverin's Kava, you can see now, is hurt.
Yeah.
And she just kind of sits down and pants. And she doesn't know what to do. So I think you can maybe make eyes contact with her, but everybody is kind of turning on lights and looking out windows. What? Lots of money? Lots of money?
We pulled over, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I think this is where we stop it. Thank you for watching Dice Friends. This has been episode 6 of Dragon's Orders. Please join us in a week.
Holy crap!
We're gonna have to.
I assumed that was him walking around in human form, but I guess
We're gonna
not.
have to deal with Chelavar bots now.
And who knows how many of those there might be.
Well, I'm assuming since he got so angry and was yelling about having it returned, probably not that many.
That would be good.
Because even for a dragon to be that concerned about it, probably not. Probably maybe even only one.
And also that Yavrin Sora, because that was weird. Because Yavrin Sora said that he was sleeping, or he was.
Yeah, he was off doing something else.
But
Private.
Yavrin
sleeping.
Not sleeping, but Yavrin Sora thought that he was at the
So
at the
he's
poison factory. Yeah, so it's something you can control.
broadcasting or whatever.
Oh dear.
Fascinating.
On the bright side, I think we now have access to a construct.
So when his
Maybe.
features melted, all of the clothes that he was wearing disappeared. The only thing there was a belt with a familiar-looking pouch.
Which we'll have to bring up in the actual next part of the campaign,
Right.
next episode. But
Yeah.
okay, interesting.
If you like, I can just give you all of the treats that are in his treat pouch, and you can read them between now and next session, because I don't want to spend 10 minutes next session in game, you guys just reading everything that's in his
That
treat
sounds
pouch.
great. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
let's do
All
that.
right. So whenever it seems appropriate.
Okay.
That was wow.
Great.
Kaverin Kava rolled well.
She did, yeah. She
No,
rolled it.
I saw you grinning.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
When you rolled, you were like, "Oh." Okie dokie. Well, that's Dice Friends for this evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us.
We have 2 left.
Two left.
Yes, two episodes of this adventure left, and I'm very excited to find out where it all goes. Next up on the D&D channel, ordinarily would be Dark and Dicey. They are off this week, so I don't actually think there's anything to throw to on this channel. But tomorrow on our channel, over on Loading Ready Run, we've got 9 o'clock first thing in the morning. We've got New Day Tuesday, which I don't remember what's being played this week, but I can check in a real hurry if you give me 2 seconds.
I did not get there faster.
Oh.
Kelvar can also tell where all these things are, right?
Currently.
Here we go.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, good.
Oh, Adam's going to be playing Death's Gambit. Ooh. And then James will be playing some PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and Alex and Cameron are still doing Fallout 4 on Talking Simulator. So there's all that. And if you missed any of the stream tonight, it'll all be up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/loadingreadyrun on Wednesday, or for your ears on there's a podcast version on iTunes, or you can find an RSS link on loadingreadyrun.com.
And thanks to DC and Lord Hosk for putting up the links.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yay.
So thanks everybody for joining us this evening. Thanks D&D for having us as always, and we will see you on this channel next week, and we'll see you everybody else on our channel tomorrow. So yeah, bye.
Bye.